Hey everyone, and welcome! So today, we are going to tear down and rebuild one of the all-time greatest desserts, the carrot cake. We're on a bit of a mission, really, digging into a whole bunch of recipes that all claim to be the best.
You've seen it everywhere, right? On every food blog, in every cookbook. They all have the best recipe. But, if everyone's is the best, what does best even mean anymore? That's exactly what we're going to figure out.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with this whole quest for the best. Then we'll break the cake down piece by piece. The crumb, the moisture, all the spices and nuts, and, of course, that amazing frosting. And then we'll put it all back together so you can bake your own masterpiece.
Okay, so we're not trying to pick one single winner here. That's not the point. What we're really doing is looking for the patterns, the core ideas and the little secret weapons that make any carrot cake absolutely amazing. By checking out what top bakers, from Cooking Classy to Sugarology, all have in common, and just as importantly, where they go their own way, we can really start to understand what makes a great carrot cake tick. Think of it like we're decoding its DNA.
First things first, let's talk about the foundation of the cake. The actual cake part, right? Bakers call this the crumb, and getting it perfect starts with one huge decision.
So, the very first debate is oil versus butter. You've got two camps. As Butternut Bakery points out, oil is pure fat, which means you're going to get a super moist cake that stays that way for days. Butter, though, well, butter brings its own special flavor, and when you cream it with sugar, you get a lighter, fluffier cake.
Next up, sugar. And it's not just about making things sweet. A lot of recipes, like the one from Mel's Kitchen Cafe, actually use both. The brown sugar brings in moisture and this amazing, deep, almost caramel flavor. And the white sugar? That just gives you a clean, simple sweetness. It's a pro move to get a more complex flavor.
And check this out. This is a perfect example of how the pros think. Sugarology doesn't just pick one, they use both oil and butter. A little bit of butter creamed with the sugar to get that light, airy texture, but then the oil is still in there to make sure the cake is crazy moist. It's the best of both worlds, really.
All right, now for what is arguably the most important part of any great carrot cake, moisture. This is totally make or break. A dry carrot cake is just a tragedy. So let's dig into how the best bakers guarantee that perfect, tender, melt-in-your-mouth bite.
We're calling this the moisture matrix because it's not just one single ingredient doing all the work. It's a whole team of things working together to create that perfect texture. And it all starts with the main ingredient.
Okay, listen up, because this is the big one. Every single source we looked at said the same thing. You have to grate your own carrots, and they have to be finely grated. Those pre-shredded ones you get in a bag, they are way too thick and dry. They just won't work. This is the number one, non-negotiable, most important rule.
So after the carrots, bakers bring in their secret weapons, their moisture all-stars. Some people, like on food.com, swear by crushed pineapple. Others, like Cooking Classy, go with unsweetened applesauce. And then there's a third group, like Butternut Bakery, who use tangy stuff like sour cream or Greek yogurt.
And here, Butternut Bakery explains their logic perfectly. They don't use pineapple because they want that pure carrot flavor to be the star. So instead, they use Greek yogurt for moisture and that little bit of tang. It just goes to show you, what you pick here totally changes the final taste of the cake.
So, we have our structure, we have our moisture. Now it's time to talk about personality. This is where the carrot cake gets all that warm, cozy, aromatic flavor. And this is where you, the baker, really get to make it your own.
When we looked across all the recipes, a really clear pattern emerged. Cinnamon is the king. It's in 100% of them. That's your base. From there, bakers start adding their own touches. Most will add nutmeg, and then some will add cloves, ginger, or allspice for some extra warmth.
Ah yes, the great debate. The add-ins. This is where friendships can end. Look, there's no right answer here. It's totally up to you. What we found is that when bakers do add things, it's usually toasted walnuts or pecans for that crunch, and sometimes raisins or coconut for some extra chew and sweetness.
We have built the cake, but now it's time to talk about its soulmate. The one thing that takes carrot cake from just a nice dessert to a true showstopper, the frosting.
On this point, there is zero debate, no alternatives. Every single recipe was in complete agreement. A perfect carrot cake must have a rich, tangy, delicious cream cheese frosting. It's basically the law.
But even when everyone agrees on cream cheese, the experts still have their little secrets to take it to the next level. Mel's Kitchen Cafe adds a spoonful of sour cream for more depth. CookingNook.com uses a little orange juice for a hint of brightness, and Sugarology adds lemon juice, which actually boosts the natural tang you already have in the cream cheese. So cool.
Okay, we've taken the cake apart, we've analyzed the frosting, now let's put it all back together. How do we take everything we've learned and turn it into a solid plan for you in your kitchen?
You know, the actual process is pretty much the same everywhere. You whisk your dry stuff in one bowl, blend your wet stuff in another, combine them but do it gently, just until they're mixed. Then you fold in your carrots, bake it till the toothpick comes out clean, and I cannot stress this enough, you let those cake layers cool completely before you even look at the frosting.
So, if you forget everything else, just remember these golden rules. Every great baker follows them. Finely shred your own fresh carrots. Measure everything carefully. Do not overmix your batter because that makes the cake tough. Let it cool all the way and keep the final cake in the fridge.
And that brings us back to where we started. What makes the best carrot cake? Well, the truth is there isn't just one. The best cake isn't some secret recipe locked in a vault. It's a set of smart choices that you get to make. Oil or butter, pineapple or yogurt, walnuts or no walnuts. That's up to you.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. Maybe being a great cook isn't about finding the one perfect recipe. Maybe it's about understanding why you do things. So when you're in your own kitchen, think about it. What have you mastered? What are the little choices that make you the expert?